maybe 4, but really mainly 3. My first company I was with was in telecom when that dried up. Then I went into health and wellness. And after the health and wellness, I was in with a company with health and wellness, great company, still a good company. And I kind of just laid back. And then I got into a little financial company, I think it was. And that was because people was asking me, because I'm into real estate. I was helping so many people with their credit, man, for free. And I said, man, I need a platform. And then I saw this one network marketing company. I said, well, I'll just do this network marketing company and get people to use it. And then really I was still kind of with that company. But it was about 2 years ago, I kind of faded away from that because I was back into real estate. And then my mother health had took a turn. So she had got stage 4 cancer.
Okay.
And on a second chemotherapy treatment, we decided to bring her home, right? We could bring her home and let God just take it from there.
Exactly.
Couldn't walk, she couldn't eat, she could do anything. So I'm invited on a call. And on this call, they said it's going to be a billionaire and he's coming to America. And when I got on the call, it was him and a couple more other leaders. And he asked, have you ever, he asked me, have you ever heard of a balance test? And I said, a balance test? I said, no, I never heard of a balance test.
Right.
And I said, I didn't know what it was. But I understood that if they had a test that can tell you exactly what your body needs and what you're lacking from and what's causing you damage, I said that is genius, right? Because blood is the gold standard, right? And we can all talk about what we need, but only science reveals, because if you can't measure it, that's like anything we do. If you can't measure it, then it's not science. Science, everything is measured. And then he started talking about this balance oil. And I knew omega-3 and I knew vitamin D3. He mentioned polyphenols, didn't know what it was.
Right.
So I said, well, send me a sample. So he sent me a sample. I started giving it to my mother. Week and a half, she started eating. Before that, she had lost about 30 pounds. Another week, she had went to the bathroom on her own. Third week, she had walked down the stairs. Now I'm like, me and my sister, like, is it this product?
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's the only thing we giving her. We brought her home. The nurses, everybody just said, we just really preparing, getting her affairs in order, right? And then next thing we know, you know what I'm saying, they invited me because they said, why don't you come to Norway? And I got to be honest with you, I was like, Norway? I got a bucket list of 200. Y'all didn't make it. And it was like November, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, who goes to the North Pole in the November? You know what I'm saying? And I went with Shanice and Larry Hoover. He went with us, and my sister and somebody else. And I never forget Shanice talking about, what she said, the Northern Lights. They started talking about the Northern Lights. I said, man, I could care 2 cents about the Northern Lights. But I was curious.
Right.
So I went. And because when it comes to health, some of the people I represent, like the Nation of Islam, you asking for blood. We want to make sure that, it's going independent from the company. So, they was able to set up a meeting where I can go to the laboratory and meet the scientists and different things like that. So I went out there and I'm building that company today. Yeah.
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 The company you're building today, what's the name of that?
Zenzino.
Zenzino.
It's the number 4 fastest health and wellness company in the world right now.
Yeah, that's
They're publicly traded too.
Publicly traded, okay.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. The next
Stocks been growing 12 years straight at 33%.
Wow. Oh, they're moving.
Yeah, they're moving.
In the right direction.
Yeah, in the right direction.
Zenzino is your company or you're affiliate of the company?
I'm affiliate of the company.
Okay.
Yeah, I work directly with the owner.
And they are a health awareness company that helped cure your mother?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say any product cures anybody.
Right.
But when your body's given the right nutrition, then the body would do what God intended it to do, and that take care of itself. It's the food that's killing us.
Oh, yeah.
It's the food that's going to heal us.
Mm-hmm.
So, so I'm all about real products with real food. And when you're testing and not guessing, It makes a difference.
Make
Yeah.
a big difference.
Right. If you could test and you know your body's deficient in something,
Mhm.
especially if, I didn't even know being deficient in omega-3 is essential. Like, you cannot live without omega-3.
Mm.
That's a scientific fact. And if you got too much omega-6, it's going to lead to 97% of every disease that's out there. 97%. Scientific fact. Google it. AI it.
Mm.
Right.
So now you got to figure out how much omega-6 you need,
Mhm.
got, and how much omega-3 you're lacking.
Mhm.
And the only way to know that is to do what? Take a test.
Test.
You know?
Test.
And that
That
test
test-
revealed that.
And how's that test being done, through blood or?
Do blood.
Okay.
Yeah. And in 120 days, you retest yourself.
Okay.
95% of people back in balance. Inflammation is removed.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.